The following broadcast is a Nighthawk Network presentation. Good evening, everybody. It's your boy E-Buck. I am Nighthawk, and this is the I Am Nighthawk Pod Show, coming to you live from the city known as Detroit. Check it out, y'all. We are trying to get the show in tonight. It's so much going on, has been these last few days, that I haven't really had time to do the show like I want to, but I do want to get in a few quick topics. Then we're going to follow this up immediately, as in a few minutes afterwards, with my sports podcast. After that, we are taking the rest of the week off because we got a busy week here in Detroit, and part of why is what we're going to talk about first and foremost. This week here in Detroit, we are the guest host of the 2024 NFL Draft, coming to you live and direct from the city known as Detroit, Michigan. Now, let me tell you first and foremost, as a lifelong Detroiter, I am very proud of this moment. We have worked hard to get here. I am very thankful that the NFL powers that be have let themselves come here to Detroit to showcase their NFL draft, and that we are the participants thereof, and we will benefit from all the many people coming to this here city. So for those of you who are a part of the network who happen to be here in Detroit, check out the draft. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to Detroit. And we are hoping that you will have a very good next few days. That being said, let me talk to the other people in the room. You fellow Detroiters, some of you who have said you wish that the draft is not here, you don't want it here, you don't want what comes along with it for whatever reason. Some of y'all talk about the fact that it will bring people that don't look like us. Now understand, yes, Detroit is the most predominantly black large city in these United States. We get that. The vast majority of people coming for the NFL draft will probably not look like us. None of that should matter. Not one iota should it matter to you at all. Reason being is because these people are coming here to be part of the NFL experience, and more importantly, they're coming here not only with their friends and families and loved ones, but with their money. Understand that in the last three places where the NFL draft has been held, it has brought to those economies, Cleveland, Tennessee, I forget what the other one is, I want to say Philly, it has brought over $100 million to the economy for the 3 or 4 days that the NFL draft has been in that city. We as a city want that. We as a city need that. There are things we are trying to accomplish as a city financially, and anything that's going to bring those types of dollars to the city, you want in your city. First and foremost. Second of all, for those of you who selfishly are not happy with the inconvenience of the traffic and whatnot, get over it. As a city, if we're going to be doing events and stuff like that, it's going to happen from time to time. You're going to have to take the good with the bad on that one, okay? And then for those of you in the criminal element, those of you who can't seem to have a good time, unless, of course, you are with your criminal friends doing criminal things with criminal weapons of mass destruction on your persons, please sit this one out. Please do not go downtown clowning and acting a fool and making our city look bad. It is the very last thing that we want or need to happen, okay? There have been many preparations in regards to the draft. One of the main concerns for all folks, city related and otherwise, is how people gonna act downtown this week. Please let that be something that when they look back on it, it was not even a thought, okay? Welcome these people coming to our fair city. Let them know that this is a good place for people to come and visit, to spend their dollars, people to even come and live, because there are parts of Detroit that is very, very much the case. And I hope more parts of Detroit become that way in the weeks and years to come. Yeah, there are some of you to this day say, I don't like it here, I want to be here. I'm so glad that You ain't trying to be bothered this week downtown. Stay about that home then. If you cannot have a good time, at a good time, stay your booty home. Don't bring you, and more importantly, don't bring your weapons and all your foolishness. If you can't control your temper, if you don't like to get bumped in public, if you don't deal well in crowds, please, those people, those people, stay home. If you're trying to have a good time and mingle and meet people from different parts of the country and show them that Detroit can get it in with the best of them and have a good time, you go downtown. You show them love. Please tell the people, yeah, you can go here and have fun. You can go here and have fun. You can go here and eat. You can go there and eat. Do all those things that's going to make us look good. Now, there are people that look at this a little differently. I actually caught up with one of them today on the IG. Let me see if I can find that right quick for y'all, right quick, and let you hear their comments because didn't have time to set it up for you to see it being played on the screen, unfortunately. But I do believe I saved it, so I should be able to at least play the audio, and then we'll discuss. Let me see if I can find that right quickly for y'all. All right, this appears to be it here. All right, let me turn the sound up, and then we'll discuss.
NFL Draft 2024 in downtown Detroit. Look at my beautiful city. So what I want to do is I want to drop a few do's and don'ts for the people who've never been here before, so you can have a safe and fun experience in my city. Tap in, let's get it. Number one, and this might be the biggest one to me. Stay your ass downtown. Don't you come out here trying to live your Eminem 8 Mile dreams. This is not a movie. People is not playing, and they will leave your rental on bricks. If you driving up Woodward and the street signs turn from green to blue and it gets dramatically dark and it's a blinking green light at the gas station, turn around because you done went too far. Number two, Detroit has 3 large casinos, one of which is an MGM. Which brings me to my next point. If you plan on going to one of those 3 casinos, I would steer away from MGM. I don't know what's going on. There's something in the air and it's turning people violent. You can be in the middle of a blackjack hand and all of a sudden somebody come behind you like. Brings me to number 3. Be respectful to the local Detroiters. For those of you who don't know, Detroit is 85% black, making it the blackest city in America. So wherever you turn, you're going to see people that look just like me. Detroit is a blue-collar city. We rough, we tough, and we work hard for the things that we have. We are very respectful people when respect is given to us. So as the old saying goes, treat people as you would want to be treated, and everything will run smoothly down here, I promise you. And to kind of bring all this back home, erase whatever you heard through the media about the city of Detroit. You don't have to come here thinking that this is just a crime-infested city and you got to dodge bullets left and right. No, it's not that place. Like any metropolitan area, there's going to be crime. But in Detroit, if you can stay out the way, mind your business, and be respectful to others, you will have no problem here, I promise you. So with that said, man, enjoy yourself this weekend. It's a lot of fun places to go out here. It's a lot of cool events going on. It's a lot of good food out here. So be safe, have fun. I'm out.
All right, now that is one of the people who posted on my IG page in regards to the draft and their thoughts. Now, they made some good points and they made some bad points. First, let me say hi to my friend Ro. What's going on, Ro? Thanks for checking in as always. We appreciate you. Here's what I liked about that. He did express to people that, yes, we are here and we want you to have a good time. And there are places where you can enjoy yourself here in this city known as Detroit. I didn't agree with a few things. One, you should not make people feel unwelcome in all parts of the city. Yes, agree with his point that there are parts of pretty much any large metropolitan area that nobody should go to, not even the people that live there every day. Trust me, I know I'm in all parts of the city all the time. I get that part of it. But you should not feel like that you need to threaten people in that way. Yes, the criminal element are definitely looking for people who lose their way and find themselves in parts of the city unfamiliar and look to take advantage of them. Unfortunately, that is the case. That would be the case in any city in America right now. That's just how we cut. I'm sorry. It's like that in certain countries right now. Unfortunately, that's how they cut. We as people, we kind of messed up in that way. On the other hand, there are people that definitely want to see you make the best of it. I would love ideally for people to come here, have a good time, tell their friends, yeah, Detroit is lit. We should go back there in the summertime. We should go back there when they have A, B, C, D, E, F, G. That's what we want. We want people to come spend the money. And then about the casino thing, don't give them that idea that casino is out of hand like that. Yeah, there are incidents that happen in the casino. I've been there for a few of those over the years, but in the end, those are the exceptions, not the rule. It's not like that every night at the casino. Don't have people thinking that, particularly about the biggest casino of all of them. Personally, I say if you are there to win money, MGM probably the place to go. If you're there to watch people, then you probably should go to Motor City. If you're basically there for just the casino experience thereof, then that's when you go to Greek Town. And if in the end you have your concerns, then you take your passport and go across the water to Canada. Because keep in mind, Canada also a very key element in the scenario. Granted, we don't want them to take all the money to Canada, but it definitely helps, and it's to our advantage that they have not only one but two places they can come visit when they're here. Canada on the other side being one of them. Things we should look at event. But like I said, there are other parts of the city, other parts of the metropolitan area that people definitely should go check out while you're here. Of course, you definitely want people to go see the Motown Museum. That is a very popular spot for visitors. We want people to go check out the Henry Ford Museum as well. Another very popular spot for people to check out when they come to town. We want them to be comfortable here in our city. We should not discourage them from that. But yeah, you definitely want to be mindful of your where you go. In the end, if you go anywhere and you get there and it's dark and the place ain't looking right and it's looking all beat up and torn out, I would hope you have sense enough not to stick around there. That's probably not a good part of Detroit for you to go to. That should just be common sense. I'm just saying. So yeah, I agree with some of what he said, but not everything, okay? In the end, hopefully everybody has a good time. There are no incidents, no accidents, no nothing bad. And we have nothing but good to talk about this time next week when we discuss. That's that story. Okay, let's move on to other things going on in the world right now. Right now, as you know, the first time ever where a current president is on trial for a criminal act is taking place in New York with the former president. Now, understand, good people, based on the evidence and what we know right now, more than likely the DT, that dude whose name I don't like to say, he probably gonna be found guilty and such. Okay, we know he has 3 other trials at least to have to contend with somewhere down the line. Okay, understanding that there is a hearing to go on very soon with the Supreme Court to determine if a president can be tried for past crimes during office, if he is immune, in fact. If they do find him to be immune, pretty much all this goes away. Then we got a whole nother problem with that brother, okay? When you basically tell him that everything you did bad, you ain't got to worry about, you could just concentrate now on trying to be the P, yeah, that might just be the move that's going to put him over the top, I'm afraid. It ain't looking good if it go down like that. But anyway, as far as this trial go, yeah, more than likely he going down. It's looking bad. I mean, just in a couple days we done heard about just the fact that there's been stories out there and they done pay people to not tell their business and can't talk about it no more. Just all type of little shady stuff going on. Not necessarily illegal, mind you, but just shady. When you see that's how the world of the rich work, it's a bad look. It really is. It's putting all our country's dirty laundry on display when it comes to how the people with the real money can contend with things a little differently than the people that don't. I'm not liking it. But anyway, yeah, we definitely will keep an eye on that for y'all and see how that case progresses and whatnot. Now, moving on to our next subject, okay, because we're trying to make it quick. Got some sports stuff to talk about later on, too. The next thing I want to discuss with y'all is what's going on in the world that is the world of our culture. In other words, we have named this 2024 the year of the beef. Because ever since that fateful day when Cat Williams sat down and drank the truth serum known as that Le Portier and told all his thoughts and feelings on pretty much anybody, comedian or otherwise, It's been on and popping ever since in these streets, okay? The beef has been on from there. Now understand that it might actually be one of the greatest moves ever by Cat Williams when you realize that even at that time he knew he was going to have a Netflix special next month. Understand that that special is going to be aired live, much like that one with your boy Chris Rock a year or so ago. And that I'm pretty sure in that live event he will be talking about that fateful day on Club Shay Shay and some of his comments. That may be one of Netflix's most viewed live events ever, most viewed specials ever, based on what he talked about in January. But ever since then, there's been all types of beefs between other comedians, between other actors and actresses, between, of course, a lot of the rappers in the last month or so. I don't think no beef has gone to the degree or to the depth that it did in this last week or so when we talk about young Chris Brown and Quavo. I am sorry. When Chris Brown came out with Weakest Link, it was every bit of Tupac's Hit 'Em Up and Nas's Ether and any other multi-disc rap from back in the day you want to talk about, okay? When I say Chris went in, he went in. I honestly felt like Quavo shouldn't have said nothing and no thing after that. But of course he did. And now they saying stuff in these things where they talking about on site and putting bullets out there. Basically saying stuff to where you concerned about how far this beef thing might actually go. It's all fun and giggles when we talk about I don't like this person, I don't like that person. They should be wearing a dress, so on and so forth. But when we talk about doing bodily harm to people and people get hurt, remember these things have come to fruition in the past. Rest in peace, Tupac. Rest in peace, Biggie. These things can go way, way too far if we let it. If it has come to time where now we got to kind of let this beef stuff die down a little bit, kind of not deal with it to the degree that we have, kind of not entertain it on our end with the likes and the clicks and the reshares and whatnot, we may need to go there, okay? We may need to consider, yeah, we might be doing a little bit too much. Now, truthfully, I'm hoping that we just leave it all on wax. It's just all talk. That the while it die down, that some of these people actually sit down and make up and whatnot. And again, for the people that's saying that what J. Cole did when he decided, no, on second thought, I shouldn't have said all that he all soft and all that, I disagree. I disagree wholeheartedly. If anything, he proved to be the adult in the room out of any of them. Like, you know what? This is stupid. I really do respect what that person do. I just went there because other people felt I should do that. You should not be doing these things because you feel like that's what the people want or that's what we need. In the end, you got to go with your own mindset and thoughts on it, okay? But in the end, you don't want to pay no credence or comment to it. You don't. And as far as Sweetie go, her being monkey in the middle of this beef, Sweetie, stay out of it. If you did it with both of them, you did, okay? If you didn't, you didn't. It don't matter. It ain't nobody's business. And I hate that they bringing other people's name in it that shouldn't be. Please stop traumatizing Rihanna with her past, with all that with Chris. They have made peace with one another. Why must we make this a thing all over again with them two? She done moved on. She having a good life with ASAP Rocky. Stop putting her name in all this, y'all. It's just dumb. In the end, my energy for it ain't quite what it was. I'm kind of tired of seeing it all. So Drake, Rick Ross, Kendrick, Eminem, all y'all just need the hug and make up and move on, okay? Let the year to beef kind of end soon. I'm kind of getting tired of it now because in the end, you notice most of these beefs and these problems that people having are people that look like us. It's kind of making us look stupid. It really is. Because the people that don't look like us, they ain't going through all that. The biggest beef with them is pretty much DT versus the current president. That's the biggest beef for people that don't look like us. And in the end, they got reason to be beefed out. Okay? Theirs is a much bigger thing. That also being said, there will come a time when we're going to talk whether or not there should be a debate between these two elderly gentlemen. I'm not really here for it, but I could kind of understand on both ends why you would want it to happen. When we get closer to that time, we'll have that discussion. Not so much now. Gonna leave it alone now, okay? Can we do that? Anyway, this is the I Am Nighthawk Pod Show. When we come back, I got a couple other quick things to touch on. Then we're gonna call it the evening with that. After that, we're gonna talk sports, and then we're gonna get some rest, okay? I am Nighthawk. That is me, E-Buck, that dude. I ain't the only person whose show that I broadcast on the Nighthawk Network also shows this man's show.
Hello, hello, hello. It's another glorious day, my tea sippers, and you know what time it is. I hope you have all of your comfort together because it's time to dish tea. And you're dishing tea, darlings, with Big Meat.
Can't wait. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat.
Darling.
Shout out to the one and only Big Meat. What's going on, people? Please check him out. Usually on a Friday or a Saturday here on the Nighthawk Network, around about 9 to 10 or so, when he's not at the donut factory, as he calls it, doing his thuggism. Also, want to shout out my cousin, Dr. Marla Facey, and No Weapon Formed Against Us, that comes on Monday evenings at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Excellent conversations on religion-based themes that she has every week. They also take the time to answer your religious-based questions if you actually frame them nicely. They usually take the time out of the show, even if it's not really related to the topic, to answer those questions for you there, if you are so inclined. Also want to shout out Pastor Sean Love at the River Rouge Bible Assembly Church in River Rouge, Michigan. And of course, his brother Sterling C. Love, pastor as well. Shout out to both of them. We've been airing their YouTube every Sunday from the ministry that they are teaching over there. Shout out to both of those brothers. We appreciate what you do, teaching the word, God, to the people. And of course, I want to shout out my girl Road to Stardom. Let me do that right quick before we move on.
On Blog Talk Radio or where most great music podcasts are located. Don't forget to subscribe and show some love.
All right, we are back. This is the I Am Nighthawk Pod Show. We are checking in with the people before we head to the sports a little bit later. Check it out, good people. What I want to talk to you about, if you are a resident of the city of Detroit, I highly recommend that you go to your YouTube and you check out the State of the City address by one mayor, Mike Duggan, okay? Where he talks about the progress of the city and certain things that you can do as a resident of the city. I really want to talk to you parents in the room who have people of that particular age. It is senior year for them, and they are considering college, okay? Maybe not necessarily know if they want to go for sure, but understand the way Detroit is set up at this present time. If you are a resident of the city of Detroit with a child who has attended a Detroit public school, if they graduate from said school with the appropriate grade point average, in other words, enough to actually graduate high school, they are eligible for a full 4-year scholarship to several different schools here in the state of Michigan. You also are eligible to go to Wayne County Community College for at least first 2 years on the city, okay? Tuition free. Tuition free. as in they paid for all your school. If you are not sure how that exactly works, again, you want to check out the City of Detroit website or the state of city address, or just basically call down to the city offices. They shall explain to you how it works fully and let you know what you need to do to get your child situated. So when they graduate high school here in Detroit this year and they don't have proper prospects of going to college on your dime, that they can actually go on the dime of the city to the state school of their choice. That includes schools like Eastern Michigan University, Central Michigan University, Western Michigan University, UD Mercy, Wayne State University, and a variety of other schools in the area. So please check that out, all right? Also keep in mind, people, that the scammers, they are out there. They are continuing to do what they can to scam you any way they can. Let me put you up on a news scam. I don't have the news report for you, so let me just break it down to you. What happens is these people call your phone. Okay? Hello, hello. They ask, can you hear me? Can you hear me? And you say, yes, I can hear you. Okay. Then they suddenly hang up. Now, on the one hand, you thinking, here goes another one of them stupid spam calls. What the hell? But what they're actually doing is taking your recorded voice from that phone call, and then with the other information that they already have of yours that they have absconded in some other way, using that to apply for online loans and such over the phone. By having your voice recorded, they are now using the power of AI to in turn take that voice and make it sound like you saying yes and okay to all the various questions on the phone, and then applying for these loans and whatnot. And suddenly now you done got scammed out of thousands of dollars, or your credit is mad boo-boo now because these people done got over on you by simply calling your phone, okay? Many of these phones now are set up with scam filters. There are also scam filters that you can get in the app stores on Google or Apple. I highly suggest if you're a person that's got to have your phone answered, whether you recognize the number or not, that you get these filters put on your phone so that the next time somebody calls you ain't sure, you can send it to that filter and the filter will let you know whether or not it's scam likely and whatnot, and whether or not to answer, and automatically block them and all that good stuff. Remember, there are good and bad applications to AI. As the technology is improving and advancing, we got to do our best, regardless of age, to keep up with it because it is a part of our world, like it or not, and we must be better prepared to continue, particularly people of a particular age like myself. If you don't keep abreast of those things, it will be utilized against you if you allow it, okay? So all that being said, that's going to be it for this one. This is the I Am Nighthawk Pod Show. Hopefully I told you some things that would help you along the way or give you some things to think about later on down the line. Again, shout out to all the people either here already in the city or on their way. Hopefully y'all have a great time and enjoy yourself. In the meanwhile, for you sports fans, after this short little break, we are going to switch from I Am Nighthawk Pod Show to the Big Butt Sports Report, and then, of course, to the Guru Sports Perspective and talk some sports with y'all. Thank you for checking out the network. As always, we appreciate you. We love you. And we will check in with you if we haven't this week sometime soon, okay? Again, this is I Am Nighthawk Pod Show. As always, be blessed. Don't stress. Put your hands together. Do your prayers. Let the Lord take care of the rest. Like I said, we will be back after these words from Nighthawk Network with the sports, okay? We're going to run it. Well, actually, we're going to take a quick little break from this show. Give me about 5 minutes. I'll be back with another show. How about that? Let's do it that way, all right? So, yeah, that being said, part 1, we out. This has been the I Am Nighthawk Podcast. A Nighthawk Network presentation. Nighthawk Network, our voices for our people.